What's up guys, and welcome to another video. This time we will cover the new update for Secure Deflection mod version 1.3. I am going to show you how to install the mod and use configurator to set it up for yourself. Keep in mind, before doing any of this, you have to know how to disable anti-cheat that comes with Elden Ring and launch the game offline. Otherwise you are going to get in trouble and probably get banned from the online play. And if you don't know how to disable that, there's plenty of guys on YouTube that you can look up, and it's very easy thing to do. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here we are at the Nexus mod page for Secure Deflection, and you can see it has gotten a rename from Secure Deflection into Deflection. If we open files here, you can see that mod author has added a new deflection style animations. I'm assuming this is gonna put like some other for animations from some other games. He's added some new features right here: perfect deflection mode and perfect deflection bonus in more custom options. So let's download the mod. I'm gonna put it on my desktop again, as always, just so I can have a easier time dealing with it. Here we go. So now we need to find Elden Ring root folder, which in my case, it is D, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Elden Ring, game. So if you don't have Mod Engine 2, you're gonna have to download Mod Engine 2 because this mod does not work without it. I will leave some download links in the mod descriptions here, but the deflection mod comes with a Mod Engine 2, so I don't think you'll need to download anything. If you don't have a folder, you can simply create a new one and name it like this, Mod Engine 2. Enter that. Now open this, open the mod we've downloaded, open this, and we can grab configurator, CSV, and add-on. Simply drag and drop inside right here. Now we're gonna remain in this folder right here, in Mod Engine folder, because the deflection mod, we open this now, and this right here is the entirety of Mod Engine 2 that deflection mod comes with. So take all of this, drag and drop inside. There we go. There we go. We could close this, and practically this should be the fully installed mod for deflection mod for Elden Ring. So what you can do now is maybe we can just launch the game, see if it works. We are gonna launch the game using launch mod _ Elden Ring, and let's see if that is it. Let's see if it's working. If you're being prompted by this, deselect this always ask and simply click run. It's nothing, you can just avoid that. So here we are in game after we've done the mod installation. So to test if the mod is installed properly or initially, all you have to do is press L1 and look at top left. You can see a small buff showing up. That means that the mod should be working properly. It's showing, if you can make out, I think it's green and blue icons. I'm assuming the one of them is for deflect, one of them is for perfect deflect. So let's just get into some sort of fight, and we'll see if anything is working here. Oh, never mind. Right. Here we go. There we go. Yep. Deflect is working. You can see the poise damage being done. Very nice. On first hand, I think the sounds of deflections have been changed. I think there's a difference between perfect deflect and a deflect. So let's have at it again. Yeah, I think there is a very distinct sound difference. This is a deflect. And you can see, I think I might have even gotten a buff for perfect deflect. Yeah. Yeah, so you even get, I'm assuming we're gonna find out what kind of buffs they are as soon as we get into the configurator. But the mod is working, and let's get into the configurator and see what we can do with it. So here we are. Let's launch up the configurator, which you can find right here. I'm just being prompted because I'm running this for the first time. I'm gonna run anyway. Here we are. This is the configurator. So this is a new layup, I guess. I'm just gonna click rescan files just in case to refresh the whole thing. He found one read variables, but in case it doesn't show a deflection Lua, I'm just going to show you where to find one. So you go add file, and now he's gonna direct me here. So Elden Ring, game, mod engine 2, mod, action, script, module, deflection. This is what you want. So this is the setup for the configurator right here, and here it is. This is the heart of the mod right here. This is where you get to set up the whole gist of it. Choose deflect animation style. So if you click here, you can choose Night Rain animation for deflect or Sekiro. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, which one you ever prefer. I myself prefer the Sekiro ones. So deflect mode, perfect only or standard. So if you pick standard, I'm going to assume the perfect deflect does not grant you any bonuses. It's just gonna be standard deflections. But if you want a more of a challenge, you can select perfect deflect only, and this will probably feel more rewarding to play the game. Counter style, which is for the counter attacks or guard attacks. This is the Sekiro or standard. So this standard is Elden Ring guard counters. Sekiro is Sekiro counter attacks. So whichever you choose at your own taste. I'm going to pick standard. Posture system, which targets use posture mechanics. So all means both players, bosses, and NPCs, enemies. So everybody has a posture bar in the game. If you put enemies only, it works for enemies only, obviously, and not for the player. So that means that NPCs cannot break your posture. Perfect deflect reward. So if you click here, you get to choose what buffs you get when you perfectly deflect. So health, focus, stamina, damage, or nothing. Originally it's damage, so whichever you see fit you can choose. Knockback, which is when you deflect heavy attacks. This is how far the attacks are gonna throw your character backwards. Not sure if they can send you flying off the edges. I've never done it. I've never been thrown that far back, but middle or small, large ones are just, I don't know, just over the top. Deflect timing. This is your deflect window when you press the deflect button. So 0.3 is 300 milliseconds. If you set 1.0, this is a 1 whole second right here. So 0.3 is the default, so 300 milliseconds. Perfect deflect timing is 0.075, so not even 100 milliseconds. It's less than 100 milliseconds, so it's 75 milliseconds right here. Which is probably, you could change this, but it is possible, as we've seen in the in game, it is possible to land some of these perfect deflects, but it all depends how you want it to set up. Block, deflect timing, so deflect window while blocking in seconds. You don't need to change this, it's perfect as it is. Blocked to deflect delay, so this is like some sort of tiny delay every time you deflect, so it's like a tiny small cooldown. You could put this to 0, you could leave it like this, it really doesn't matter, you won't feel the difference in game. Auto deflect, automatically deflect follow-up attacks, obviously leave this on. That means that you can deflect multiple attacks that are coming from your enemies, let's say Malenia's waterfowl dance or some other enemies that have very fast attacks, so your character will automatically deflect those follow-up attacks. Deflects don't interrupt enemy attacks, no attack knockback, which means when you deflect, they would usually, if you disable this, they would usually recoil from your deflections and they would leave. They would be very open for a counter attack, which was like a very big punishment. So you can either choose to enable this or disable this. It's all on how you choose to play. Posture damage, so every time you deflect, you deal 100 posture damage. You can choose this also. Some sweet spot between 150 and 170. I don't think you should go more than that. Perfect deflect posture damage. Obviously, if you land that sweet perfect deflect, you should probably be rewarded with more posture damage. So anything that you find suitable for your playstyle, you can just set it up all in here. Allow deflect with shields, obviously turn that on. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to deflect with the shield. Disable health drain, blocks enemy health drain effects, which means enemies like Malenia, that she heals every time she hits you, or some other enemies that heal every time they hit you. This will prevent them from healing. If you're playing with convergence, this has a support for it. I've never played convergence, so I usually leave this off. Additionally, you can change damage reduction, so that means magic reduction, so you can deflect 100% of magic reduction, 100% lightning. So this currently set to 0.25. You can change this to whatever you want. You can even disable, you can leave this enable system on, so now it's on. You can leave this off, trust me, you won't even notice the difference. And that is so far as configurator comes. Once you've done setting up everything as you feel like it, click save changes right here, and now it says saved, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else. When it comes to this folder add-on, it is a posture bar that is set up to have like Sekiro like posture bar for player and NPCs. So if you start a boss fight, a big posture bar will show up at the top or at the bottom of the screen. It depends how it's set up. Mod author has set this to be as an optional, because in previous versions it was mandatory and people just didn't like it. So he this time set it up as add-on, which you can add yourself. So if you open readme, add this to Deflection mod DLL, and it's gonna show posture bar. In my short the testing, I did show the posture bar just for the sake of showing the whole thing. So I think this is all when it comes to the mod itself. So keep in mind, in order for all of this to work, you have to launch the game with launch mod Elden Ring. So using mod engine 2, you do not use the Elden Ring exe file. That's pretty much it. And if you guys found this to be helpful, feel free to drop a like, comment, maybe subscribe, show some support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.